All right, y'all, this one's going to be a chatty one. So I'm going to kind of give everybody an update on where I'm at with my 12-week year. I just filmed my plan with me, so my space is a mess. But I am going to open up my folio here in just a hot second. I am going to kind of go over how everything has gone in January. So as you guys may or may not know, I am still using the MakseLife goal setting system. I'm using the notebooks this year instead of the flagship. This is my first year without the flagship, but if I miss it, I can always jump into my digital. I did sell all of my paper flagships because the size 7x9 is just, it's not something that works for me anymore. So I am in the folios and the companion notebooks right now. I have also decided to attempt to do a 12-week year goal setting system. So I have filmed multiple times on that already. This video is really just going to be a kind of recap on January itself. So sharing my goals is something that is very new to me. I have been in the system since the year 2000 and I've never really fully shared my process, but I've gotten a lot of my heart and soul work at a point where I'm in the maintenance mode and I'm not doing a lot of that deep soul searching. So I feel more comfortable this year sharing everything. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through January with my Makse markers and I'm going to highlight everything that I have completed. So I did get my hair cut. And I know that sounds silly for some people, but I've always been a person that got my hair cut once a year, but I'm trying really hard to make sure that I do it at a minimum twice a year. Maybe if I feel like I need it, every quarter. And so, yes, I do absolutely have those in there. So my weekly actions, I have done them every single week, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I have not done my reflections yet, so I'm going to leave that one unhighlighted. I am still trying to get together with a friend to plan a solo trip. I did read or listen to, I just finished my 3rd book, so I didn't quite hit 4 books. My 3rd book was, hang on. Okay, so I did start my 4th book, and I truly do not, it's the 28th. I really don't think I'll be able to finish it this month, but that is okay because this is the most books that I've really read in 1 month in a while. So I'm actually very happy with how that went. My YouTube and Instagram, my original goal, oh my gosh, my original goal was to post twice a week. I overall have done that. My YouTube, and I said at the very beginning when I started sharing my goals, my content is extremely low priority for me right now. So it's not something that I'm going to beat myself up a bit. I am going to consider this a completed task because I did post at least once a week on YouTube and at least once a week over on Instagram. But again, like I said, it's so low on my priority list that I'm not really overly concerned about it. So work and learning. This one is really challenging for me because I have these tasks and ideas and I honestly, truly, really want to get them done, but I need to find my priorities for it. So I really do need to continue my American Sign Language education. I did have to practice twice a week. I think maybe I practice like 3 or 4 times this month. So I'm definitely not highlighting that. My financial education, I actually did a little bit of financial education. I did not read about the topic that I chose, but that is okay. And so I'm going to kind of leave this one blank because I'm going to try and kind of tighten this up in the next couple of days before the end of the month because I do really want to still gain a lot more financial education. So family and recreation, I did contact lawyers, and we did have a meeting with lawyers. We're in the process of trying to create a will, and so we did have all of that. My kids did stick with their weekly chores and got their weekly allowance. We did not book this trip, but we have the dates open. We decided not to do Montana. We're going to do Colorado this year. So we technically did not book it, but we do have the dates for it of when we can book it. So I'm going to leave that one kind of there for a little bit. Movement, oh y'all, bad, so bad for me this year, bad, or this month, really bad. We did meal plan this every single week. I did find, did we do 2 recipes? Hang on, I need to find my, I can't remember if we tried 2 new recipes or not, or if we just did the 1 recipe. There's 1. There was 1. Okay, we only did 1. And so, but that's okay. We did still try new recipes. So one of my goals was 1 recipe. So find a recipe 1 week, cook it the next. So 2 new meals per month. And I'm going to just write over here, we managed 1. And then I'll just highlight that. I have not moved, like, my body at all. Well, okay, I say that with a little bit of grace. I am on my feet running back and forth everywhere in my job. And so I am moving every day, but I'm not tracking it with like the movement minutes on my watch. And so I'm going to have to journal about this one and determine what type of movement I'm really wanting to achieve in order to hit my goals. And so I'm just going to leave that one alone. My spiritual, and where's that one? Uh-oh, where's my, oh, here it is. Okay, so I've not been in my JMB journal. I'm really struggling with that journal right now. I truly love it, and I love having it with me. It's, again, it's the 7x9, or it's larger. It's actually like, it's a regular notebook size, so it's 8.5 by 11, I think. And I really do love it, but the paper has changed slightly, and so it's just a little bit smeary-er. And so I have not been consistent in my JMB Living Journal. I'm going to try a different type of pen and try and get back into that in February. I also did not memory plan each week because I kind of decided that I didn't want to do a ton of memory planning because I knew that I wasn't going to be sticking with the common planner. And so the way I think of memory planning is like the really colorful, decorative memory planning, but I've been doing bullet journal memory planning is what I call it. So I'm basically just putting in here like all of the memories and things that I have throughout the day. So my pet stuff, my dog had a skin infection, I finished a book. I texted a friend, we scheduled a play date. So we had, I had an hour and a half alone this night, it snowed this day. So I am kind of memory planning. I'm just doing it a little bit differently. And so I'm definitely going to highlight that because I honestly feel that like deep in my soul, I do feel that I have done that. This meditation I have on my list, but we're going to carry that over into February. Reflections nightly, 1 word, and AM intentions, 1 word. I have been doing this, but I have not been writing it in my notebooks. These are the MakseLife Reflections and Intentions notebooks, the ones that look like this. I have them digitally as well. I have been doing them kind of in a meditative form type of thing, like in the morning. I'll make my coffee. As my coffee is brewing, I'll just sit somewhere really quiet with my eyes closed and I'll think about all of my intentions. And then I do that at night as well when I'm doing a lot of my bullet journal memory keeping. So even though it's not written down, I still feel that I have completed that. Words of affirmations to others 3 times a week. That has definitely been done, and I have been tracking it in my bullet journal. And to myself, I've been really struggling with that. But I have done enough of it to where I do feel like that is a completed task as well. Okay, so finances. We this is our number one priority right here, is our finances. And so we are rearranging a lot of our finances, and biggest priority right here. And so that's why a lot of this stuff is kind of like falling to the wayside a little bit, is because we're focusing so much on that. So all of my financial goals have been hit this month, which I feel really good about. Let's do my home. We did take down our outdoor lights. Oh, fudge buckets. That's the wrong gray. Or well, we did not buy paint supplies, so we're going to migrate that one. We're going to start painting our downstairs. And I'm going to repot my avocado actually tomorrow. And we will, Preston and I will go ahead and upload our photos together tomorrow night. And so I'm not going to highlight that one quite yet. So this is my month, okay? And then my weekly actions, like I said, I have been keeping them up every week. I'm not going to do those right now. This is just kind of a review type thing. So here is my 12-week year. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and go through, and I'm not sure if I should color coordinate these things. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I color coordinate it? Maybe I should. Because these are all of the things that I had an idea of what I wanted to get done in the first 12 weeks. And so a lot of them are financial based. So let's find the financial ones first. I did cancel, oh, this was so hard. I canceled my subscriptions. So I had cloth and paper subscription once. I really did not love it. And it was quite expensive, and I knew that I didn't want to keep that up monthly. So that one was an easy cancel, but I canceled my Sterling ink subscription. I'm still heartbroken, and I will be honest and completely transparent. I have gone back into my account at least a dozen times this month alone and paused it and resumed it and paused it and resumed it, because I truly just love her stuff. But I just really don't want a bunch of stuff collected in my house that I'm not going to be able to use fast enough. And I just don't use that many stickers. And so I have told myself that I'm going on a hard stationery no spend, but I will use that as a reward for myself for completing a major task. One of the major tasks that we just did complete is we paid a very, very large amount on one of our credit cards. And so my reward for that was buying the Sterling ink bullet journal. And so that's how I'm going to be doing stationery spending this year, is canceling all subscriptions, not impulse buying. I will think about something for at least 2 weeks before I choose to buy it. And if I choose to buy it, then I will have to work for it as a reward for a big completed task. Okay, so that was that. Budget update with Preston monthly. So I'm gonna do 3 little things here. So let's do a JFM. We did ours for January. Our February budget is coming up in the next couple of days, and so I'll go ahead and leave that alone. We decided again not to do Montana. We're doing Colorado. We have not started my son's 529 yet. That is still on our list. We decided not to get the YMCA memberships, and so I've got my booking dates down here for my vacation. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then let's see, we did get the oil changed on the truck. What is that? Let's do that as a home and physical environment. So that one is done. 12 books. Oh, here's my tallying here. So I'm 3 books in, okay. We did get my daughter and I had our daughter date, and we got our hair done. I did call the Bar Association, and I did speak with 1 lawyer, and I made 1 consult. Okay, so we did all of that. Okay, so I still have quite a bit to do, and I've got, my deadline is March 19th, so I still have some time. Our biggest priority again is finances, and then we are wanting to create all of these documents and get them completely done and in line before my husband takes any trips. That ties in directly with our finances too, because the documents that we need, because we are a family, it is a little bit different and it is a lot more expensive with what we are needing. And so we're going to have to financially budget that as well. So overall, I'm actually feeling really good about where I'm at in this 12 weeks. I do know that a lot of these things will probably not get completed, and honestly, I'm okay with that. If I get my extremely high priority stuff done first, such as my finances, the documents that we need, and keeping my physical environment up to par, the social media stuff, the American Sign Language, I still really want to get it done and want to stay consistent with it, but I really just want to focus on these other areas first. And so maybe those are going to be my big focuses for my first 12-week year, and my second 12-week year will be self-education. So maybe that's kind of how I'm going to view it. But I just wanted to give everybody an update on how that is going and just kind of the process that I am using, because I did have a lot of really, really, really great questions about me doing this, especially with the companion notebooks. I feel like it's extremely simple to create a 12-week year when you're using the companion notebooks instead of using the flagship or the yearly, monthly coiled version of this, because you know by the time this one book is done, like this is essentially your 12 years. I keep saying 12 years. It's 12 weeks, y'all. 12 weeks. 12 weeks in 1 year. 12-week year. 12-week year. So I think that having this essentially as my deadline, like knowing that I'm getting, oh my gosh, my book is almost done, I've got to really kick it into high gear, or I need to delegate or delete some of my goals and possibly carry it into my next 12 weeks. So I think that it's really simple to do that with a companion notebook. So I loved the questions that I have received already. If anybody still has questions and you don't want to start a conversation in the comments because it's public, that's totally fine. Find me over on Instagram and we can chat about this, or I can even create like a question box over on Instagram, and we can maybe even consider doing a video with all of you guys' questions. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know down below, and then I'll create that poll over on Instagram. All right, my dogs decided to lose their mind. So yeah, so if that's something that you're interested in, just ask me as many questions you have, and I'll just do like an answer question. What are those called? Ask me anythings type of thing over on Instagram too. And then I can just do a whole video just on you guys' questions, because I love talking about all of this stuff as well. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you guys' goal planning is going well. If you are goal planning, and if you're not, I completely understand. It is, it's a pretty daunting process, and it's like a really hard thing to kind of get used to. But again, I'm here to help if anybody needs anything. And if you have any questions, thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys later.